I wish they all could be California girls. Hey, y'all, come on in. It's good to see you.
We have a soap today from West Coast Shaving,
which is on the East Coast.
It's a beautiful morning with the Barbershop Duet.
Hi, I'm Marcus Klinger with Klinger Vocal Studio.
And I'm Sarah Vincent with Sarah Vincent Virtual Pilates.
But on Wednesdays and Saturdays,
we are the Barbershop Duet.
Hey, y'all, come on in. Thank you for finding our little barbershop here. If you happen to be here during one of the live premieres on YouTube, why, come on in the live chat and meet the Whiff Pack, a cool group of our friends hanging out from all over the world. They'd love to meet you, too.
They would. And for our mention today, I wanted to show you one of the gourmands that I found over at Duet. This is cherry caramel praline. Here are the scent notes: cherry, kapuasu, caramel, pistachio, coconut, praline, and salt. And my friends, this is a gourmand, but the cherry here is used completely different than lost cherry, and the pistachio is used very different as well. There's a lot darker, deeper sides to this scent.
Y'all, when I first smelled this, expecting caramel, expecting cherry, I don't know why. But my first thought was, what is that? Because y'all, it's not done with the sweets. It's done with the bitter sides of the cherry, the truly bitter sides of the caramel, the truly bitter sides of the praline. But somehow, within that, elevates this to such a beautiful perfuming level. Once I understood what was going on, I was like, oh, I wouldn't even classify this as a gourmand. Beautiful.
It's interesting because it's the perfect amount of sweet that I feel like I can wear it year round, but normally I would consider this more of like a fall evening scent,
Right,
but
yes.
I'm liking this.
And what is our soap today?
We have apple cinnamon. Marcus saw this a while back and we finally got to click purchase.
Y'all, I have been dreaming about this because it was my favorite breakfast cereal growing up, and we have it on good authority that the nose behind this scent is Peter Chikalis from Ariana and Evans himself, y'all. Let's meet it. All right, y'all, from the sales page at westcoastshaving.com. Crafted in collaboration with Peter Chikalis of Ariana and Evans, this tallow-based soap combines rich ingredients such as tallow, manteca, which is pork lard, butters, and oils to create a luxurious lather that both protects and nourishes the skin during shaving.
Indulge in the delightful scent of apples and cinnamon as you lather up with this exquisite soap. Perfect for the fall season or any time you crave a sweet and spicy fragrance, this aroma strikes a balance between freshness and warmth. With its clean and invigorating scent, this shaving soap adds a touch of sophistication to your grooming routine, leaving you feeling refreshed and revitalized after every shave.
When I hear a shaving soap title, like the rookie card that we just reviewed, I know that's going to be based on the scent of bubblegum and baseball cards, but I hope, and I was right, that Douglas Lane's nose was going to take it to a perfumer's level, highs and lows that I wasn't expecting an entire adventure. Now, if this soap today is simply the apple and cinnamon from the scratch and sniff sticker from my childhood memories, that's why I bought it. I almost hope it doesn't go beyond that. But knowing this is Peter Chikalis, I give him license to take that very special memory and do whatever he wants with it. Y'all, let's open the box.
We did get the chai one from this line, and there were some other fun things mixed in
And
there.
the barbershop one, y'all. Loved it. Maybe a few parallels to Barbary Classico, Manny. Who knows? Little surprises, mysteries, and wonders going on in here. Ooh, let's see. We got two, y'all. We bought apple cinnamon, and then Dan the Ham, who is from Bangkok, said we have to buy Siam if we can find it. It's selling out. It's almost gone. Buddy, we got it coming up for a future episode, but for today, I just wanted to go back to my childhood and those apple cinnamon Cheerios floating around in my milk and my black lab waiting to lap up the milk when I'm done. Do you have a particular memory of apple cinnamon in your childhood?
To me, it screams fall, but I also have a tea that you got me that was apple and cinnamon that I often run to just for a night coziness.
Perhaps it was the simplicity and nostalgia alone that brought me to this, but we will find out in a second when we have our first impression. All right, I like how you describe scents. I want you to take this in first. Tell me if it's that Cheerio scratch and sniff sticker from my childhood, or there are some imaginative new directions this goes on.
I wonder if it's going to be a darker base. Let's see.
Right. Maybe some vanilla in there?
Oh,
no vanilla at all, y'all. All right, here we go.
Oh, I'm already getting whipped.
Okay. Take it in. I was kind of hoping this would be more intense, you know.
Oh boy. Okay, this is definitely, to me, more of an all-year scent. The apples in here are super light. Like, I feel like I either just cut the apple open. Like, I don't know why when I was thinking apple cinnamon, I was thinking more of like a baked good.
Right.
This is like straight off the orchard, cut the apple. Or when you take the apple and you make the juice in your juicer.
Right.
Like that sweeter side of the apple juice that comes out.
Oh.
That's kind of what I'm getting here. So it's a real apple, and it's definitely a red, not a green. Just want to point that out. So they are a little sweeter, less of that tartness side of it. And the cinnamon, whatever the combo mix in here, is wonderful. It is not half and half apple cinnamon to me. It's more like 3/4 apple and 1/4 cinnamon.
Oh.
So I think that's what makes it more of an all day scent for me.
Right.
If it was more cinnamon, I would be thinking more cozy, nighttime, definitely more fall. But somehow the crisp, fun apple side that leads me in with the whiff, that makes it more all year round to me. So maybe a little closer to your cereal kind of option, less of just the cinnamon kind of hit you full blast.
Right.
It's kind of more for just that little end to add texture. If you could take all the pretty, almost floral sides of the apple,
Right.
I think that's what's actually starting the whiff off for me.
Y'all, I grew up with an apple tree in the backyard, and those apple blossoms are one of the most beautiful things you will ever smell in your life. It's subtle, but y'all, it's amazing. And it reminds you that the apple is in the rose family.
Yeah, there's just something that's too pretty in here at the beginning to just be apple. It may just be apple, but whatever's happening to it really is making it blossom and bloom somehow.
Nice. How sweet does it go?
Oh, I do kind of want to take a bite of it. So it's definitely on the sweeter side of the apple. Not a candied apple, though.
Right.
It's just the sweetness of the actual apple.
Is it a little close to the caramel apple on a stick from Dua that we just
Oh,
got?
no, not that way.
Because that one's almost more of an echo of an apple.
Yes, that to me, the caramel overpowers. Like that,
Right.
The sweeter side is the caramel. And so the apple's a little more quiet. Here, I gotta say, I don't think we have as much of a apple forward scent.
Right.
Even in most of our fall ones that we've done before, this should be like apple big letters, cinnamon little letters.
And isn't it funny that cinnamon is one of those things that smells super sweet, but doesn't taste sweet at all? You ever seen those guys do the cinnamon challenge?
There's something about this scent too. You can't just go down the aisle at Target and smell the candles. Those apple cinnamons still are not anywhere close to this more perfumer's side of it. I'm sure when we lather too, it's going to open up even more, but it's almost what those candles are even trying to get close to portraying, but I'd say is much better here.
I now have to try this, knowing this is better than those candles in my memories. All right, here we go.
You're the one that clicked purchase.
Here
I
we
think
go.
your nose knows.
I have been wanting this one. All right, here we go.
It's a good
I love how sweet it's not. Y'all, because it allows you to dive down and discover the rose-ish part of the apple. If this was too sweet, that's all that would hit you. And it's not sweet at all. For me, it's all charm and nostalgia. This is beautiful, Peter. Hold on. Y'all, we've got a few apples in our den. Very different goals. Very different reasons. Caramel apple on a stick. Yes. Haunted apple cider mill. Check. This, I didn't even know this was possible. This is the skin of a Honey Crisp for me. I don't know how, but absolutely gorgeous. Not even the meat of the apple itself, just bringing that beautiful skin of the apple to your nose under the tree itself while the tree's blossoming. That's what this is. And you know what? Let's have a grown-up conversation. I was kind of thinking, kind of hoping that this would be heavy on the cinnamon. And you're right. It's not. Maybe 20%, 25 for me is the cinnamon. I wouldn't have it any other way because of what the cinnamon is doing, how it's allowing you to sense the center of that actual Honeycrisp apple. Without the cinnamon, you wouldn't be able to sense how real that apple was. It's almost like the canvas that the painting is being painted on. You need the dark to see the light and the shadow.
The sticker says apple pie.
Mysteries and wonders. I know A&E has an apple pie, but it's called American pie.
Oh. This does not smell anything like apple pie to me.
You know what's funny too? It does not even smell like apple juice. It smells like straight up actual apple fruit on the tree in the morning. I don't know how I know it's morning.
And there's something about the combo of the cinnamon and apple that almost creates a honey in the middle. Like there's something kind of sweeter, not honeysuckle, but maybe that's a honey crisp. Like just the sweeter side of the apple.
That's exactly why I said that. Do you remember the first time you saw the poster of all the different kinds of apple and you were like, wait, I thought that was just red and green and maybe golden. There's like 50 different kinds of apples. Some of them designed to be on the more sweeter side. And boy, when you smell those, you know, nature's candy indeed. So y'all, this is our HC&C bowl. It was a gift from Pete at the beginning of our journey. It is 22 gauge stainless steel. Love this thing so much I bought my own in blue the next day. And we're just going to make a flat plane of the soap there in the bowl and hit it with a little bougie water. And then I'm going to turn this over to our lathering queen here. She's going to take it from there. Now, the idea is just to transfer the soap onto the bristles of the brush with as much expediency as you can. And where did you get this little beauty?
This is my lovely Ariana and Evans brush. This is the synthetic knot version. And you could see it in action here. You take it onto the soap and you start going one direction, just getting it on the bristles. And then you start going the other direction. And once you feel like the soap isn't actually getting on those bristles anymore, you turn your brush 25% and try again. One direction and the other direction. And same thing. Once it feels like it's not quite getting on those bristles, you turn it.
And then just about the time all the soap vanishes from the top of your bowl onto those bristles, now go down and grab the water. The brush is going to soak it up like a sponge. And then bowl lather, face lather, lather wherever you please. It's your shave. Yeah, not so much apple pie as apple orchard for me. And that cinnamon is kind of standing in as the bark of a tree.
And somehow it's not quite apple cider.
No, not at all.
Like,
right.
I can tell that it's literally still the apple form.
Right. I think there's a tiny bit of fermentation or something that happens when it's made cider that's not here. And I think the cider spices would have made it a little bit different too. What? I think this is so shocking that it is so real. Yeah. Because most of the apple scents that are floating around out there hint at apple, but none of them are like a bullseye to the actual skin of a Honeycrisp.
And there's something about the ratio with the cinnamon in this one that's really a good balance.
Magic. I am shocked how light the cinnamon is, but it's funny when a beginning music mixer takes his mix to a studio and has a professional look at it, the first thing they usually say is, those 9 things that you love, turn them down.
I know we never talk about lather here, but this is falling out of the bowl.
Holy crap, that's twice as big as the brush.
You ready to try this on your face?
I sure am. Throw it on. Take me back to my days of Cheerios and milk. That's lovely. Oh, what a nice lather that is. Oh, a little reminiscent of those A&E bases we love so much. I wonder why.
It's funny, the apple in this is almost like a more springtime apple somehow.
I was going to say.
I think that's what's making it all year round for me, that this isn't just a fall scent, which you see apple cinnamon and just assume, but you shouldn't.
You know what's funny? Had I bought this at Christmas, I might be a little disappointed. It is that springy. All right, y'all, let's see how far this apple fell from the tree. Let's look at the scent notes. All right, y'all, back to the scent description at westcoastshaving.com.
Indulge in the delightful scent of apples and cinnamon as you lather up with this exquisite soap. Perfect for fall season, although we had a meeting, we decided it's spring. Or anytime you crave a sweet and spicy fragrance, this aroma strikes a balance between freshness and warmth. I would agree with that. Now reading that again, that is a very good way to explain what's different about this one.
I can see how this is a gourmand, but for me, this is more of a summer spring farm scent. E-I-E-I-O.
Yeah. It's perfect because today's only 65 degrees outside, and there's something about a coolness in the air still around. Like, I wouldn't say this is a summer necessarily, but it's just that on the cusp of where spring kicks in that this scent really kind of hits home.
This might be like an imitation cinnamon, so it doesn't burn the face. But the thing is, sometimes I like the imitation cinnamons more. They have a little bit more of a woodiness. They have a little bit more spices swirling around under the surface of them.
Yeah, I would agree. I think the other thing that is different is my brain kind of was assuming like an apple spice. Like all of the fall spices would be mixed in there. You'd have the nutmeg, the allspice, the other things, the cloves happening. This is straight up just apples with a little dash of cinnamon, like when you're making applesauce. You just put a little dash, not that much.
Not even any cedar. Not here. Your grandma's the applesauce queen.
She is.
They put that under my nose the first time I visited. It was amazing.
I still can't figure out the recipe. I've tried, but her magic hands, something in it. Just, the grandma love. But I do not think that this smells like apple sauce. These apples have not been baked to me.
And y'all, I think it's time we do a little bobbing for apples. Let's take this down a little deeper.
I'm trying to think of what other apple ones we have that aren't fall or don't have caramel thrown in there. Because I feel like this might be one of the only ones that we could have for the rest of the year when we don't want to be diving into the fall scents.
That is a great point, because if you really do love your apples, you really do love those cool spring mornings, but not the nutmegs and not all the other stuff that can go along with them for a fall scent. There you go. This is your point.
Yep. It's funny because I think one of my first perfumes, I don't remember who it's by. I'm sure y'all remember the little ad, but the top was silver and the bottom looked like an apple. So it was more of like an apple-oriented thing, but I used that all year and it was a spring scent. So there's something about this that really kind of leans towards that type of way of using an apple.
Right. When I was in middle school, there was a very cool older kid who was in 8th grade named Chris Spencer. He had the good apple test every day at lunch, and he would take his apple and huck it real hard at a chain link fence, and if it stuck, that was a good apple. So it's pretty simple, y'all. Just be Keith Hedstrom, a gorgeous model in his 20s, pretty sure that his career is about to take off because he has just gotten a contract with a high-level artist who's going to paint his portrait. And just about the time Magritte hands him a giant apple to hold in front of his face, he's going to get his own. So head over to westcoastshaving.com where you'll find this and a ton of other cool stuff.
I am back from my shave with apple cinnamon, and boy was it enjoyable. I'm actually really glad we opened this during spring. It's kind of chilly here, but the sun's coming out, and this just almost has like an apple blossomy kind of side to this. It's much lighter, and then the cinnamon has a nice little kind of cozy feel to it. So I will definitely be back to use this again soon. Lather was wonderful. Thank you so much.
Welcome to Messages.
So for our May giveaway, we wanted to give you a chance to get $20 to Phoenix Artisan Accoutrement.
Yeah, y'all, and all you have to do to be eligible for this giveaway is send us an email here to WeSentYou@theBarbershopDuet.com so that we can get back to you. It's the only way we communicate about our giveaways. And then check back here on our first June episode to see if you are our lucky winner.
Best of luck.
Totally the opposite of what I thought it would smell like, and yet makes me even happier that I finally hit purchase on this little beauty.
I know, I'm actually glad we waited this long and then got it, because I think you're right. If we open this during fall, compared to all the other ones that have all the cinnamon mixed with other spices and caramels and things, even the apple pie one is completely different. So I like having this for spring as my long answer.
And that apple tree, by now, the end of April, would have been covered in popcorn and smelling so beautiful and floral, and a combination of apple and rose. That is apple for this California kid, and I am so grateful that they have recaptured it here.
I'm glad you clicked purchase and that we were kind of wrong, and also now we have an apple for the rest of the year.
And hey, it makes me curious about all the mysteries and wonders that might be hiding under the surface at the other West Coast shaving subs. We might have to find out for ourselves.
We just might. Don't forget your next appointment with the Barbershop Duet.
You'll smell better just watching this.